going to...
Yep, we're
okay.
videoing now.
All right. All right. So this is the front view of the home. There's your main electric panel that's over on the east side of the house. It's a 200 amp GE panel. Everything is properly labeled in that panel. I did take a picture and note that there is a 50 amp spa breaker. There is no spa in the backyard, but there's a pad, a concrete pad in the backyard. So there used to be a spa in the backyard. We'll get to that a little bit more because the spa service disconnect GFCI is not working properly, but there is no spa, so it's not that big of a deal. But we'll talk about that when we get to it. Interior view of the panel. All the wire, everything is properly wired, properly connected in the panel. You have your AFC breakers, these three right here, and those are just for the bedrooms because when this home was built in 2003, they were only required in the bedrooms, and they did trip and reset as they should. Main gas meter over on the east side of the house. So you have a gas furnace and gas water heater in the home. Gas was on and those appliances were working. Main water shutoff, quarter turn valve, also on the east side of the home or the garage, and that quarter turn valve was working. Irrigation valve, irrigation timer, excuse me. It was locked, opened it up, and it is in good condition and it is working properly. It's a newer timer. This is your irrigation valve. It's not in a valve box. It's also over on the east side by your main water shutoff. I did turn on the irrigation. There's just one valve for the drip system in the front and backyard. It was working. There are some leaks in the backyard, and I'll get to those. But the valve was
to a drip system.
Yes, pretty typical. Sewer cleanouts at the front of the house. They were both in good condition and accessible. This is your main water meter out by the street. I opened that up and I'm just checking for leaks or damage, and everything is in good condition there. No issues with that. This front window on the laundry room here, it has a couple things going on with it underneath. There's a seal that's damaged, and so water could, we could get some water intrusion underneath there from like wind-driven rain. There's also, if you want to look real quick here, it's on quite a few of the windows. These are the atrium windows, and this is a very common issue with the atrium windows. They've got these little interior perimeter seals that tend to bulge out. It's more cosmetic. It's not going to cause leaks, or it's not going to hurt probably the efficiency of the window. It's more of a cosmetic issue.
Okay.
But that's on quite a few of the windows in the home. Duplex electrical outlet out by the front entryway, outside on the exterior wall. It is working, but it is loose. The whole outlet is loose in the wall.
Okay.
So that just needs to be corrected. We do have some peeling paint underneath the roof eaves on the front of the home, and that's just due to the age of the paint. So I just recommend, maintenance on that or having the home repainted at this point. We have some minor stucco damage kind of by the front entryway and a couple areas in the front, front entryway and the exterior column in the front porch there. It's just very minor. And the doorbell was working. Here is your air conditioner. It's a York air conditioner. They've taken off or it's fallen off, I should say, the manufacturer's data plate, or not the data plate, but just the little manufacturer's name on it. This is the data plate on it. So it looks like it is a 2016. I'm going to verify that, but just looking at the serial number, it looks like it's a 2016 and it's a 410 unit. It is cooling properly. I just checked it for the proper temperature split. I'm getting about a 21, 22 degree temperature split. So it is cooling well. So the refrigerant line on that AC unit is, the foam sleeve on it is partially missing. So I just recommend you replace that for efficiency. Stucco damage, that's a pretty good little damage section there on the west exterior wall. Looks like something hit it, or the stucco, but that's an easy patch.
Could be a woodpecker. We have woodpeckers.
Could be. Yeah, it could be. And then just some little minor hairline stucco cracks on the west exterior wall, which is very common. Those are less than 1/8 of an inch, so they're just considered maintenance issues. We do have a bent insect screen on one of the living room west windows. I'm sorry, it's not an insect screen. It is an insect screen. Sorry, there is only one sunscreen, and that's this window here. The rest are insect screens, and some of the windows are missing insect screens. We do have some deterioration and crack on the west foundation stem wall. That appears to be from just excess moisture in that area. Rain gutters would be an amazing idea for that west exterior side of the roof, just to divert all that water away from falling down near the foundation stem wall. But I am going to note that that needs to be repaired, just so it doesn't deteriorate further. The back of the house, on the back patio, there are some peeling paint, and it appears some water stains in some areas. They're kind of, you know, light water stains, but we do have some water stains on that back patio roof eave. And some minor little stucco patches near the back patio, and stucco cracks and a little bit of damage. Some holes, drilled holes. I don't think those are woodpeckers. They look like they've been drilled holes on that back patio column.
Maybe they had like a shade.
Yeah, probably. And then just some minor little shrinkage cracks on the back patio ceiling where the interior wall, stuccoed wall there on that patio meets the corner of that ceiling. Some minor little hairline cracks on the ceiling in the back patio. No signs of water damage. The window, which would be the north-facing window for the living room, just has some shrinkage on that exterior vinyl trim, which can easily be replaced. And this is hard to see, but there is, at the base of the bougainvillea in the backyard, there is an irrigation leak.
Okay.
An underground leak. You do have a fountain, like a precast concrete fountain in the backyard. There is no, I couldn't find like any electric or water supply or like timers or pumps for it. So I think at one point it was being used as a fountain. Now it's maybe just, you know, being used as a decorative feature in the backyard. There's another little irrigation leak here shooting up out of the weeds in the backyard. So that needs to be repaired. Why did I take a picture? This looks like it's an old light, landscape light, or possibly for that fountain. I just took a picture of it. I noted I don't really inspect. It's not connected to anything. It's just laying there. So I just want them to know that if it is old landscape lighting, I don't test that. I didn't see any transformers or timers for landscape lighting. And then we also, this is the back wall, the back block wall. Yeah, and it backs up. Let's see, the road back there, is that Westar? I think that's the Westar. So it does back up. I do believe the homeowner is responsible for the maintenance of that wall. This is the base of it, kind of right above the footing. There's some deterioration where you can just basically see through it underneath those blocks there. And that's typically caused by moisture. This is the garage exterior wall over on the east side of the garage. A lot of peeling paint, some rust, corrosion on that door and the frame. And then I did note inside some more damage. So I would recommend, I'd probably recommend that door be replaced. You could just scrape that down and repaint the door, and you can keep it probably, you know, functioning. It is functional. It's just kind of, there's a lot of deterioration on the door and the frame, but there's not too much dry rot. So you could scrape it down and paint it and seal it up. The door, though, has quite a bit of rust on it. Some little minor stucco cracks on the exterior wall of the home. And then also some more peeling paint on some of the roof eaves on the east side there. And some stucco little patch stucco crack there on the east exterior wall. All right, this is your service disconnect spa. Yes. And so I pushed the little test button because it is required to be a GFCI protected outlet circuit breaker, and the test button doesn't work. It doesn't trip. So if you were going to install another spa, you would have to have an electrician look at this disconnect to probably replace that circuit breaker. And then on the back of the house, the foundation stem wall, just some deterioration to the finish on the exterior of that stem wall. Again, I think it's from moisture in the soil up against, too close to that foundation stem wall. The window, which would be the master bedroom, or the primary bedroom window, it looks like they had tape on the top of it. I'm not sure why. Maybe they had something covering it for the sun. But it also, and it's hard to see, but it has a little bit of bulge on that interior perimeter seal, which is very minor. There it is there. You can kind of see it. Yeah. The back patio screen door, it doesn't latch properly. The door itself, the screen door is kind of sagging a little bit. So it's not lining up with that, the latch on it. So, or the latch plate on it. So that needs to be corrected. And then we've got a couple windows, the back patio, the back patio light, and the light in this little room right here inside. What would you call that room? It's just
Landing. I don't know.
the back patio landing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The light inside there isn't working. And then we've got one, right inside. That's it there. And then right inside this little area here going into the bedrooms, the hallway, that light is not working either. And it's weird. They're all the same type of light. So
Could be the bulb.
I'm actually going to get my ladder, I think, and look at this one and see if there's a bulb in it. All right, here we are up on the roof. This is kind of the front of the concrete tile roof. We do have some cracked tiles, which would be kind of the southwest side of the roof, or more the south, but more on the west side of it. And this is the front view of the concrete tile roof, another cracked tile there. This is the east side of the concrete tile roof. I don't believe I saw any cracked tiles there. There's your main roof ridge. It looks to be in good condition. You can see on the west side, we've got some damage. Let me get over there. Some cracked tiles on the west side, broken tiles. And then we've got
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So that to me looks like we had some type of a microburst situation and it just got under those tiles and lifted them up and nobody became aware of it. And they've been sitting like that for some time because the underlayment has started to curl and deteriorate. So we need to get a roofer out here. They may have to remove those tiles and replace that section of underlayment and then put all the tiles back in place. And we'd also have some more broken tiles. This is on the west side of the tile roof also. That was in good condition. And this is kind of the southwest side. Another little cracked tile there.
So that one spot and then some cracked
And then some
displaced
cracked
tiles.
tiles.
Yep, cool.
Yep, easy fixes. The thermostat inside the home is working, both on the heating and cooling side. It is very loose on the wall, so I recommend that be repaired. In the garage, we have a water heater, gas water heater. It's a 40-gallon gas water heater, and that is a 2012 water heater. It does have some corrosion on the TPR valve where it connects to the drain. And then on the top of the water heater, quite a bit of corrosion on the top where it connects to the supply line. That, to me, is an indication that water heater is at the end of its service life and more than likely should be replaced. Also, the vent pipe on that water heater where it connects to the, I want to say hood. It's not the hood. Is it
To
the
the
hood?
top of it.
Yeah, it's not properly connected with sheet metal screws. The garage door opener was working properly. The lower door sensors are in place and they reverse the door, but the reversing sensor when the door comes down was not operating properly, and that's typically just an adjustment on that garage door opener. There are some long joint tape cracks on the ceiling in the garage. That's very typical for garages. Yeah, they are not insulated, so they get very cold in the winter and very hot in the summer, and they just tend to, I think that drywall
Contract
joint tape,
and
it
expand.
contracts and expands, and we get joint tape cracks. So no water damage or water stains, just typical water joint tape cracks that could be replaced.
You also
repaired.
have that constant vibration of
That's
the garage
the
door.
opening door, yes, and that's what, yep. There is your garage door spring, opener spring, and that's in good condition. And this is, again, that exterior garage door that I mentioned before. That's just from the interior view of it. When I open the door, quite a bit of rust and corrosion on that door. And then the threshold has some dry rot on it. Little crack on the concrete on the tire stop in the garage. This is a slab on grade,
Traditional.
so it's not. Yeah, that's pretty common to have some cracks. It's actually in overall good condition. The slab. Water pressure was about 56, 57 psi for the home, which is acceptable. We want between 40 and 80 psi. This is your data plate for the dishwasher. I did turn that dishwasher on and run it. It appears to be operable. It is not properly connected at the top of the dishwasher. The whole dishwasher wants to just come forward because it's not properly connected to the countertop.
It's missing some screws.
Yep. All right, this is in your laundry room, which is just south of the kitchen. There is a little bit of old dry mold. I pulled off the little trim piece because I saw water damage down at the bottom on the wall to fit the paint. So I think at some point they had a little leak, probably It looks like it was where the drain hose went into that drain.
Gotcha, but nothing active that you're
Nothing
able to see.
active and no
Excellent.
moisture in that wall. Nope. And then the 220 receptacle for the dryer was working, but the cover plate is cracked. And that's that. We talked about that window in the
seal.
laundry room. Yep, the seal, interior seal. All right. The east bedroom, which is on the left side bedroom door. You can't see it very well, but it's got a patched crack on that door. And then, of course, we have some joint tape cracks again in that bedroom on the ceiling. No water damage, though. Both the closets, bypass closet doors in the guest bedrooms
And the
do not
move.
have the floor guide. Yeah, they didn't put them back on after
'Cause
they
they have
installed the
carpet.
carpet. And then in that same left east bedroom, guest bedroom, we have a little nail head pop on the ceiling, which is just cosmetic. In the right guest bedroom, at the door casing or door frame, it looks like a dog or something, a cat maybe chewed or scratched on that door frame and door casing. And then the door in, that same guest bedroom, the right guest bedroom door, the door doesn't latch properly. Wait, I could be wrong on which door that is. So we have a duplex electrical outlet in the right east guest bedroom that has a hole near the around the plate on it in the drywall, so that needs to be corrected. And then the lower plug, the grounding plug, has something stuck in it, so I can't plug anything in to test it. That's a bad picture, but that is that same east guest bedroom window. It's got a kind of the interior seal is kind of bulging out on it also. And the toilet in the guest bathroom
Wiggles.
is extremely loose at the base. So yeah, it needs to be reset. The sink in the guest bathroom, the hot water shut-off valve is extremely corroded and it is shut off. All the sinks, for some reason, the kitchen and the two bathrooms, they have the hot water shut off on them. And they all look like this. So I'm not sure. This one underneath it, thought I took a picture. Underneath it, it looks like it's been leaking. There's a little bit of water damage on the base of that cabinet. And then the tubs, it's stuck in shower position. And when I turn on the valve, there is hardly any water coming out. And that is both bathrooms. That is in the master bathroom, primary master bathroom, and also this guest bathroom. Very little, so that's in the shower mode right there. Nothing's coming out of the shower. And the master's the same way. So these are Moen valves. I believe they're Moen. They look
Which
like
means
Moen.
parts and pieces can be replaced.
Yes.
With Moen, that's the benefit.
If this home has been vacant for a while, those Moen valves, sometimes the cartridges will go bad inside.
Dry.
And you have to replace them. And it's pretty easy to do that.
That's why people pay the extra for Moen.
Yes. Again, so this is in there's a couple of them right here in the dining. I'm going to call this the dining room. Up here on the ceiling right here. And then over here, we've got some joint tape cracks at this little vaulted ceiling here. Very minor.
I turned the ceiling light off because I was getting
You're getting a glare. Yeah. All right, this is back in the garage. And when I went to close it and lock it, I noticed there's a section of weather stripping missing. So when you close that interior garage door, it's the exterior garage door, you can see daylight, and it's because there's a section of weather stripping missing. And then outside, the termite inspector brought this to my attention on the west side. There's a little bit of water damage on the soffit boards, and that is below where those tiles have been lifted up missing. So I think the water's running down underneath the tiles and causing some damage to that.
Okay.
Those soffit boards and the soffit. And this is the light going into this bedroom here near the return air filter. That light fixture on the ceiling was not working either. Little nail head pop on the ceiling. That is in going into the master bedroom, that entryway. And then I believe it's the master bedroom door. It rubs on the upper frame. And it's because the hinge
Isn't right.
The hinge is loose on it. This is in the bathroom, in the master bathroom behind the toilet. There's a cracked floor tile. The toilet, I flushed it, and it's a really slow flush. I don't know. I feel like it's either, it could just be the original toilet, and those old low flow toilets were very inefficient. They flush, sometimes you had to flush them twice. So I just recommend you might consider replacing that toilet, or at the very least replacing the flush valve inside the tank.
Okay.
And then next to the shower in the master bathroom, we've got some water damage on the drywall from water seeping out over that door frame there in the walk-in shower. Little nail head pop on the ceiling in the bathroom. And then this is the little cultured marble step going into the tub in the master bathroom. It just has like a deep scratch in it. And then the cultured marble on the back wall of that tub in the master bathroom has a crack in the cultured marble. And that's kind of like the surround around the tub, kind of like a backsplash for the tub. It's not the tub itself. The vanity next in the master bathroom has some water damage on the left side, no moisture, so it's old water damage. The window above the tub has a kind of a bulging seal in that fixed window. And then the tub valve, same thing. Tub valve does not turn on. So the valve cartridge is probably bad on that. The left sink in the master bathroom just has some dark stains in the cultured marble. And underneath, again, so the sink stoppers in all three sinks are not working in the bathrooms. And then the hot water valves are shut off, and there's a lot of corrosion, which appears to be possibly a leak at those hot water valves. So they need to be replaced. That's the second one. The shower base in the master bathroom has some like rust stains on it. And it almost looks like maybe they painted it at one time and then the paint is coming off the finish. I'm not sure. It's got a lot of discoloration on it. And just kind of old mildew and deteriorated sealant, caulk and sealant inside that shower at the shower walls. And the shower valve in that tub and that master walk-in shower is not working either. You turn it on and there's very little, just like this guest bathroom, very little water comes out. The magnet for the shower door in the master bathroom is missing the little clasp latch for the shower door. And then this is back in that foyer, in the back patio foyer, we'll call it. That little set of cabinets there, it has a loose hinge on it, one of the cabinet doors.
Oh no, not a loose hinge.
And then the wood countertop on those cabinets is kind of separated on the left side of that wall. All right, we have 4 windows here in the living room on the west side, and those windows, for some reason, when you go to close them, they're very hard to latch. You have to push, almost slam the windows down to get them to line up to latch properly. And then we've got a couple little bulging seals on those windows also, in the upper window there. This is the GFCI in the kitchen. There's 2 of them. This one here works. This one does not. So all these outlets, 1, 2, 3, and then the one back there. Actually, this one would be 4. There's no power to them because this will not reset.
Okay.
Yeah, so that GFCI needs to be replaced. We've got a diagonal seam here on this laminate that's gotten water under it, so it's kind of swelled up and it's lifted with that laminate there. I'll take 2 pictures. Oh, that was of the outlets. And then the microwave does work. Vent, light, it heated, I tested it, but there's no display light. The display is not working on it properly. There's the data plate on the microwave, data plate on the oven range. Oven range was working, oven light was not working, but everything else, the range top and the oven was heating properly. Little nick right here on the side of the countertop to the left of the sink. And then we've got water damage on the side here, side panel, which is near the dishwasher. So there may have been a leak in the past with a previous dishwasher. This is just a shelf up here and this kind of pantry cabinet. It's got a little damaged laminate on the front of it. And then also down below here, we've got water damage. It appears to be water damage or finish. It may not be water damage. Mine kind of started doing that just from like mopping the floors when you're hitting it with a wet mop, because it's here and it's kind of over here also. So I would just say it's just finish damage to those toe kicks.
You can get new toe kicks.
Yes, yep, I would replace them. That's what I need to do with mine.
It's cosmetic.
Yep, and then also
Just like that.
Yeah, some of the cabinets have some finish damage on the base of them. And this is again near the dishwasher here, and I think it's just water damage to the toe kick. Yep. We have a cracked tile here in the kitchen, and then a couple little chips. There's another cracked tile here and some chips in the floor tiles in the kitchen. Someone dropped something. The refrigerator, freezer are working. There are, oh wait, did I? Yeah. We do have some cracks on the shelves here. Cracks down at the bottom on the freezer and refrigerator. The water dispenser was working. The ice maker was not working. And there's a little, what do you call that?
Flap button.
Yeah, to
It's
turn it
like a
on.
rod.
Yeah, and it's not there. It's missing. So I'm not sure if it does work or if it needs to be repaired or replaced. And there's a data plate on that refrigerator. These are all just that we talked about that. Talked about that. And then on the sink, we've got some chips. It's an enamel sink. So we've got some chips on that enamel sink. The little sprayer's working. It looks like there used to be an RO system. There's no longer an RO system underneath the sink. And the garbage disposal, I didn't even try to turn it on because it's leaking. Yeah. So that needs to be replaced.
Nice.
And there it is there. Yep. And then the underneath this laminate, because I think it's near the moisture from the dishwasher and the sink, it's kind of bulging out and deteriorated underneath. And then underneath the kitchen sink, again, both of those shutoff valves have leaks
You're
on them.
just too good.
And we don't have hot water. It's turned off here also. I don't know why they turned off hot water on all these faucets. This is up in the attic above the garage. Trusses are in good condition.
That looks clean.
Yep. And then we've got about 12 inches of loose fiberglass insulation in the attic.
At least we have 12.
This is the gas furnace up in the attic. I need to go back up there right now and take a nut driver to take that cover off. I did turn on the furnace. It is heating properly. I had a good temperature rise on that, so it is working. And this is just the plenum and the air handler, and no issues with that. Like I said, the AC end of it was working well. And just some more photos of the attic structure.